Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general reading for 18. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Okay, let's jump in. Alright, so for the first card, we have the King of Swords. So, this looks like you guys are being very, very serious right now. So, typically the King of Swords, now this can be male or female. I always like to look at my kings and queens, pages, knights as non-gender conforming because they can be anybody. So, the King of Swords, sometimes this person can be a judge, a lawyer, sometimes a counselor, but no matter what, this person's very stern, very serious, very ethical, has integrity, and I actually like the King of Swords in the upright position, but this is definitely someone you do not want to get on their bad side. So if this is describing how you guys are Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, yeah, people do not want to mess with you. They would pay for it. So now what concerns me here, so, this can represent someone within the legal system. Now, this is kind of concerning here because I see the Magician in the reverse position. So, as I go into this card, please realize that you can be on either side of this. You can either be the one behaving this way, or you can be the one who is receiving this type of behavior from someone else. So, with the Magician in the reverse position, this is an improper use of our power and our ability. Sometimes this can be someone who, has a special skill or ability, and perhaps they're not using it the right way. Perhaps they're not utilizing it all. Sometimes this can be the trickster, the con man. So, yeah, that's kind of scary. And all I got to say is if someone has tried to con an Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, where's their brain at? Do they know who they're messing with? Clearly they don't. Wow. So, yeah, we do need to be careful, especially if someone has tried to take advantage. Yeah, they need to be careful. You need to be careful, though, because this can cause legal issues. But let me just jump ahead here, knowing all the cards we have out here. If there are some legal issues, as long as you do things right and ethically and by the book and keep a cool head above all, then you'll you'll make it through. You'll win this legal issue. If you end up in court, you'll win. Okay. So now we also have a lot of money cards here. So, someone could be trying to scam, con, trick you out of money or even a position at work, whatever it may be. Someone's up to no good. Someone is using their power for the wrong purposes, and no thank you. Don't want nothing to do with that. So, if you know that you're not using your ability and your skills and you're using your power wrong, this is just a call to say, hey, get back on track. Don't manipulate the situation. Don't manipulate people because things will turn out right, but we don't want to resort to unethical things because King of Swords is very ethical and honest. And so I believe that for most of you, you are being honest and ethical and standing in line with integrity, and perhaps someone else in your world is not. So be on the lookout because if this has not happened for you already, I am doing this ahead of time because this is for first, so just be on the lookout, but some of you already have a good idea who this is. Okay, moving forward. So, the next card is the Three of Coins. So this is our apprentice card. This is definitely indicating that either you're learning a new skill, some of you could be going back to school, or enrolling in a course, or, doing an apprenticeship type of position at a job, or some of you could be working on a team with other people. No matter what, this is very positive. So this is definitely very much about teamwork, learning new skills, and these new skills that we're learning, if we continue down this path, we can end up mastering these skills, which can bring us great financial rewards and even recognition later on down the line. But this is definitely an opportunity, one that is financial. For some of you, this could be some doing some schooling that has something to do with your career. And if it's that, definitely do this course, the schooling, whatever it may be, apprenticeship, go forward, do it. It will be helpful for you in the long run. We need to keep our eyes open for this trickster here. Okay, so the next card is the Six of Wands. So this is what I refer to as a victory card. So we are definitely going after and pursuing a goal of ours, and we've put a lot of hard work into it, and we have finally achieved it. And it's like, you know what? I did it. I deserve this victory. I deserve this recognition. I deserve this praise. And yes, you do, Aries. Yes, you do. So, yes, you're going to emerge victorious, okay? No matter what, even if you got people trying to trick you and just be nasty, just try to keep a cool head. Use your logic. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Keep a cool head. Because, hey, the best revenge here is keeping cool and winning ultimately, okay? And that's what you're destined for, is winning. Things are going to come out great here. So, the next card, Four of Coins. We are stacking our coins up. We are focused on not only building up a savings, but building up some wealth. That's what we're doing. So, some of you might have to deal with some people that might think you're being a bit greedy with your money. And, but hey, if you do have to deal with that, everything you had to go through in order to obtain the money that you do have. So don't worry about the people that are being like, "Hey, you're being greedy. You won't give me any money." Well, did you work for it? Do you have a job? Are you going to pay me back? Just remember that when people try to come at you for money, because a lot of times when I see this card, somebody is going to try to come for you for money, you know? And it could very much be playing into this trickster energy where somebody is trying to get one over on you to get some money from you. But, hang on to those coins. I mean, sometimes this can indicate that we are clinging too tightly to our money, but in this case, if someone is trying to be a trickster and trying to, scam you or con you out of your money, then I'm going to say, cling on to that money. Don't give it unless you know that for a fact that it's going to work to your benefit. But when I see the Magician in the reverse position, that's not a great indicator. So we do need to self-protect, okay? Just continue working hard, especially in regards to this new skill that you're learning. Keep going, because it's going to bring you financial rewards. So, the final card, and I'm like, boy, this ain't good. Well, I ended up clarifying it. So, Nine of Swords in the reverse. So, it's better in the reverse because it shows, okay, you guys have been through something, and it could have caused you some great upset. Some of you could be experiencing some anxiety, maybe even some depression. There could have been a betrayal. This could be in a friendship, a romantic relationship, a business partnership, whatever it may be. There could be a betrayal. And when I see the trickster energy, we know that somebody's not truthful here, so you'll know who that is in your world. But the upside is the Nine of Swords being in the reverse. We've gone through this, and we are finding our hope again. We know that things are getting better. We can see the sun is about to rise, okay? Things are getting better. We're getting over any type of depression or anxiety that has been holding us back. And this card is definitely letting you know that if you can make it through this, you can make it through anything, okay? And for some of you, this could be healing up after a surgery. That's only going to be for a couple of you that resonates with. But, some of you have gone through some sort of surgery, and you do need to realize that it takes time to heal. So even though you don't want to jump right up and get right back into things, do make sure that you're healed. So I wanted to clarify, and then I get the High Priestess in the reverse position. So the interesting thing about the Priestess in reverse and having this Magician up here in the reverse, this definitely tells me that this anxiety and depression was brought on. It's brought on because somebody's taking advantage. Somebody is taking advantage. Because when we see her in the reverse, we know we need to take a deeper look at something, because there is more than meets the eye about a certain person or a certain situation that's occurring in our life. And we need to listen to our own intuition, but we also need to remain logical. But someone is definitely trying to take advantage. Someone's trying to manipulate the situation and potentially scam, con, trick. So we need to be careful. But just know, whatever this is, you're going to get past it. You're going to get over it. So for the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun in the upright position. So this is beautiful. Again, for those of you who might be going through some sort of schooling, for some of you who may be doing some sort of business adventure project, this could even be about relationships. Whatever goals you have that you're pursuing with great optimism, and maintain that optimism, Aries, because you got this. No matter what people throw your way, you're strong, you're a fighter, you're going to make it through this. You always do. People try to knock you down, but you're going to rise back up, like always. And you're a force to be reckoned with, and that's just all there is to it. So whatever it is that you're pursuing goal-wise, you got this. It's yours. Okay, so I have a new deck here. Instead of using Romance Oracle cards, I wanted to use something a bit different. So I got this new deck. It's the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. So the great thing about this deck is it's not specifically just for romantic relationships. It includes romantic relationships, but it's about the relationships that we have with, our parents, our children, our family, our friends, you know, even our coworkers. And most importantly, it's about the relationship that we have with ourselves. So I really like these cards, and I appreciate this deck that John Holland has created here. It's great because it's about all relationships. And we all have relationships. We all especially have a relationship with ourselves, so I like these cards. So they're not super directed on just romance, but again, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And you'll know if the cards are fitting your situation, or I might say something, regarding one card that might fit and the next one may not fit. You'll know what resonates with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so for the first card, we have Simply Love. So this would be the equivalent of the Six of Cups. So this is definitely a card of nostalgia, looking back on the good memories, perhaps from our childhood or from years ago, whatever it may be. We're definitely focused on the good times, and that's all we want to focus on is the good times. Now, children is very big with this card, so sometimes we need to help others, especially with children. So if you're open to that, definitely try to do that. Now, another aspect of this card when it comes to relationships is we do need, when it comes to our relationships with everyone, we need to have an open heart, pure intentions, and if we can react and relate to everyone and all of our relationships, if we can come from a place of an open heart and without any type of ulterior motives, and just come from a place of pure love and an open heart, this can literally make relationships flourish. And if you're not in like a romantic relationship and maybe you want to be, hey, come from an open heart and, you know, be honest. Don't try to control situations. And then you can actually attract to you the very thing that you want. So when we come from a place of just love, this can actually magnify the love and bring us more and more people to love. So keep that in mind. So the next card is dedicated effort, and I believe this is the same as Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Coins. So yeah, this is like our apprentice, much, much more skilled now. Now, dedicated effort is definitely about we need to definitely communicate with the people that we have relationships with, the people that we love. We need to truly listen to what they're saying, but this is also indicative of being able to learn a new communication skill, which is possible. Maybe some of you might be learning a communication skill, but this can be very beneficial within your relationships. The thing about it is the more that we examine someone's beliefs, the more that we'll understand their ulterior or hidden motives. And so then it gives us better understanding of how they act and why they act the way that they do. So just be open to it. So now the next card's very interesting here. We have the release card. And so this definitely lets me know that there is something that either we need to release. This could be a behavior, or there could be someone in particular that we need to release. So when it comes to relationships, maybe you're in one, maybe you're not, when it comes to the romantic arena here. For those of you who want to be in a romantic relationship, but perhaps maybe it's just not happened for you yet, we need to release that control of wanting to have a relationship. When we can surrender and just accept things as they are for now, here in the moment, as they are, this can bring the very thing that we want to come forward, okay? It can magnetize it to you like glue. I'm telling you, letting go, surrendering can make miracles happen. Now, for some of you who are in a relationship where you're experiencing some difficulty, and some of you could be experiencing this trickster type of energy within a relationship you already have, could be a friendship, a family member, or even a romantic partner. You'll know where this fits at in your world, okay? Now, this could be an indicator that perhaps you could be trying to control the relationship too much and the direction in which you want it to go. And that could be stifling the relationship and causing more problems. And sometimes we just need to let things go and let things flow as they should without trying to control. There can be great relief when we just let go of that need to control every single thing. Sometimes things will work out beautifully in our favor if we just let go and stop trying to control everything. Now, another side to this card is it could be indicating that we need to release someone. And you'll know if this resonates with you. If someone needs to be released, then do so. Don't keep someone in your life that you know doesn't need to be there, especially if they're taking advantage. You don't have to take that. You deserve better, and some of us could be trying to hang on to certain relationships, romantic or platonic, that may not be so good for us. And maybe we just need to surrender and let it go and see how things work out. But I'm telling you, great things can happen when we just let go, let God, if you will, let go, let Pluto, however you want to look at it. Now, so for the bottom of the deck, we have the Observe card, which would be the Hanged Man in the traditional deck. So, this makes a lot of sense with the Release card. So it's like, we have changed and shifted our awareness, okay? Things have happened, things have transpired, we have shifted awareness. We cannot go back now. Because once you change and shift your awareness, we can't go backwards. We can't unlearn or unknow things. You know what I mean? So we have to move forward. And, this is also a card of intuition and prophecy. So, kind of goes without saying, but definitely pay attention to your intuition. Okay? But this card is definitely one of those that's saying you need to take a step back. Don't try to control things, okay? Take a step back and just observe, okay? Because sometimes we just need to let go and surrender. Because a lot of times this is pointing us in a new direction, towards a new path. And we need to embrace that wholeheartedly. But we can't be hanging on to something that's not serving us anymore, okay? For those who are in existing, like romantic relationships, it doesn't mean that it's doomed. It just means we need to change some things. And we can change these things by taking a step back, releasing control, taking a step back, and just observing. Because if we can take that opportunity to just take a step back and observe objectively, then our entire perspective can be changed in the best ways possible. So, you won't know until you try, but all I can tell you is that the awareness has changed and you know that something needs to happen, especially whatever this relationship is. You know that something needs to happen with it, and the best way to know is to take a step back and look at things objectively, logically, weigh things out, the pros and the cons, you know, and you will get a new perspective on, maybe one particular relationship or maybe several of your relationships. Okay? So I hope this has been helpful. Just know that nobody's gonna keep you down, Aries, okay? Yeah, you're going through something, but they're not gonna get the best of you, okay? Like I said, you're gonna rise up like you always do. You got this. So keep that chin up, and if you're not subscribed, please click subscribe. Please like the video. Please comment. Please share. I am still doing personal readings, so please support me by purchasing a personal reading if you can, or if you can't, if you can afford to donate even $1, that would be great. It's not required, but it would be nice. Help me keep the internet on. Okay, so just know you guys got this. I love you, and I am sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love. Talk to you later, Aries.